Majestic, aren't they? And exhausting. Mark Karn looks after sports optics manufacturer Leica's hunting optics, its rifle scopes, thermal units and famous range-finding binoculars. When he comes to try them out during the red rut on ground in northwest Sutherland, he realises he could be fitter.
Made it to the hill. Damn hard work for me, but scenery's great anyway. And there's a lot of deer, it's just getting onto them. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful scenery. A day like today, it's unbelievable.
Local stalker Malcolm Morrison is guiding Mark. Earlier, he took Mark to a scrap of land to check he can hit a target. As he's an optics expert, Mark is well placed to answer a question that is often asked on deer stalking forums. What default magnification does he set on his scope?
That one was set at 8. I personally don't like to be too high magnification. I remembered what a stalker told me many years ago, which was he was uncertain about high magnification. Maybe an inexperienced stalker sets it too high and it looks closer than it does. So I tend to keep mine at 8 times magnification, which coincided with my binoculars, which were also 8 times magnification. So I used both of them in conjunction with each other, obviously.
Mark passes the straight shooting test and the pair of them head up the hill. There's no shortage of animals, but this is a land of high visibility, which means Mark is matching his company's optics against all the senses of stags and wary hinds.
Well, we've identified some stags, so we're just waiting for our guide to come down. I want to test the geovid with the distance. The geovids have picked up some stags, so hopefully we'll have a successful stalk.
Well, the geovid's done its work. The next part is down to you, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a difficult bit because I know the geovids work.
We find the stag that Malcolm wants to take. It's a big animal, but at 10 years old it's starting to go back, so it's time to take it off the hill and let its sons and nephews take its place. Mark gets into position. The hinds spot him and they move their friends and family up the hill. They don't move far, but it's as if the wily animals place sentries to watch out for our approach. It's a standoff. Mark and Malcolm wait for a change of guard and then use the opportunity to move up closer. They spot the stag. It's on the skyline and it is surrounded by hinds. An impossible shot. The pair of them crawl around beneath the herd to a rocky knoll. They now have to wait for a clear heart shot and no hinds as backstop. Despite the nervousness of the hinds, the stag starts to roar and strut about. This could be Mark's chance. The next problem is that the animal and its hinds are drifting away from Mark and are in danger of moving out of sight. As the hinds part, it's now or never. Pumped up for the rut, the stag reacts well, but Mark is not sure it's a killing shot. He has to wait for the hinds to clear before he puts in another. This time it's a dead cert, and that means a dead stag. Here's the story from Mark's point of view.
Well, we came across a herd and with a single stag, and the guide said, right, we're getting to position, we'll wait. We moved forward about another 40 metres. Had it in his sights. It had a lot of hinds around it at the time, so we waited for them to move away. Shot, I knew it was a hit, and it moved away slightly to our right. The hinds disappeared, and then it came back, stood still, and the guide said, let's have another one, and with a successful result at the end of it.
That was the first stag holding hinds on that part of the hill. It weighed 20 stone undressed, which is good for this part of Scotland. The red rut is now well underway in the Scottish Highlands. If you're not there this year, book for next year and get a bit of that majesty.